Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome back to another video. All right, let's check it out what we got for you right now. If you're into SUVs, you are in the right video. If you're into British or European SUVs, you're in the exact video. All right, guys, let's see what we're looking at right now. We have in front of us a 143 scale 1998 Land Rover Freelander. This is the hardback, two-door hardback model. I think this model was a big miss for Land Rover. And I see that because of the following. It was a very attractive model. I find the model very attractive, very modern. It gave Land Rover a real refreshed look to the brand. You know, Land Rover always tend to be a bit more into the reserved look, but this one was quite open. Like, all right, guys, we're gonna step out the box and we're gonna make a car that could be attractive to youngsters too. And I think this was a real hit on that point of view. What I meant by a miss was because I'm gonna explain more or less what happened in North America. Land Rover, it's it's a good looking, it's a great brand in looks and in quality until it starts giving you problems. When they start giving you problems, run away. Their parts are very expensive, and unfortunately, they were mm, a bit a bit unreliable on that point of view. Now, let me explain to you more about this model. This model came out in 1997 until 2015. Now, it was a first generation and a second generation. The second generation sold from 2007 until 2015. By the way, in North America and in the Middle East, this model was called the LR2. And in Europe, we're talking about the second generation. And in Europe was called the Freelander 2. They were sold as a two-door, four-door, two-wheel drive, and four-wheel drive. And basically, like I said, it was built in a few places actually. It was built in the UK, in India, in China, and in Japan. I guess in Asia, this car was quite a boom. Because if you look at it, we got three different locations in Asia. No, not in Japan, I'm sorry. In Jordan. Oops. It was a J. It started with a J, but it was the wrong country. Not in Japan, in Jordan. So India, China, and Jordan in Asia. It was considered a compact SUV. And it really, basically, it was in size. Now let's see. This model right here, it had a 1.8 and a 2.5 gas or petrol, how you call it, engine, and a 2.0. There was two different 2.0s, diesels. And transmission wise, it was a 5-speed automatic and also a 5-speed manual. Beautiful car. I'm looking at it as it goes around. I like the roof. It has a open roof type. This car came in the era that all these little SUVs were popular. Like example, the Suzuki Psychic and Suzuki X90, and then we got other brands. There was the Isuzu Amigo on the 90s. All these cars were like a two-door open roof, not open roof, but yeah, some of them were open roof also, but very practical small SUVs for the youngsters, like I mentioned before. This is also when the RAV4 started coming out as a two-door also. So I think that's the era that Freelander fell into. And it could have been a boom. It could have been a real popular car. Unfortunately, they're not the most reliable and that was not the cheapest. It was not in the same category as price wise, like a Suzuki Psychic or the Toyota RAV4. But I think look wise could have been really, really good. Unfortunately, you do not see many of them more in the roads, at least in North America. Most of them were already junked or they're abandoned because they were quite expensive to fix and they were not reliable at all. Alright, guys, I'm gonna let it go around a few times and I'll be right back. Okay, guys, so what do you guys think about this car? Does it bring you memories? Do you still see them on the road? Are they actually working or they're just parked on the side of the road? Have you ever drove one of these? Have you ever rented one of these? Or you just like me, we just own them as a diecast? Were they sold in your country? It's a 4-door, 2-door. Sure, let me know. By the way, guys, I forgot to mention this diecast was made by also Universal Hobbies. They were a brand that they make quite a few models. Quite nice, nice looking diecast. Not the best, but not the worst. Average. Paint wise, it's not the greatest, but model wise, like looks, pretty accurate. Pretty accurate. Okay, all right, guys. Don't forget to give me a beautiful thumbs up. Please don't forget to comment below, like I mentioned before. And don't forget to click and subscribe and click the bell next to the subscribe button. We'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.